Hello, this is Transit Sundays. I've been away for 2 weeks, which away from the YouTube channel, not really away. And that's because things have been really busy here in a very chaotic way. So I had my cats being, doing a lot of shenanigans on the first Friday that I was absent. And then on the following Friday, I was really not feeling well, which was 2 days ago. So Sunday today, the 25th, doesn't mean I'm going to be putting all the videos on Sundays now. I'm still going to go back to Fridays and keep the Fridays. But I just felt the need to come here today. I have recovered. I am feeling a bit better, but not 100% yet, but there's something really important today, which is Saturn moving to Aries. So Saturn has moved to Aries today. It has happened already. I think it was the early hours here in Brazil, anyways. So that's something that we need to discuss. We need to talk about. I need to show you. Also, this week we have the new moon in Gemini. So that's another thing that I want to share with you very quickly. So let me share my screen with you so you guys got a little bit of your dose of constructive astrology guidance. And also let me know in the comments how you guys doing, what's going on, etc. So here we are, 25th of May, Saturn in Aries already. Now Saturn stays in a sign for 2 years and a half. So this is a big deal, is a shift of energy that's really, really important, that is going to affect all of us, is going to affect the collective as well. And in particular, any of us that have cardinal signs in the birth chart. So anyone that has important placements in Libra, in Aries, in Capricorn, in Cancer as well. So that's going to be especially relevant to you. I want to do a video about Saturn in the houses based on the ascendant, but that's something that I'm not going to be discussing today. So this is kind of my part one about Saturn and Aries, and it's just to open a dialogue and open the floor to have a conversation about this so important shift. And I made some notes here. So that's why I'm going to look down a little bit as I talk to you. But I've made some notes with some of the themes that I think Saturn and Aries is going to be shaking up, is going to be bringing some important lessons. And sometimes Saturn's lessons can be very challenging, can be riddled with obstacles, with a sense of being blocked in some way, or, a sense of responsibility that we need to take. It can even feel like a burden sometimes. But obviously it doesn't have to be. Saturn can also be rewards. And a Saturn transit can be definitely connected with rewards that we are harvesting, that we're getting after a lot of hard work, emphasis on hard work, right? Saturn will not give you any rewards if you haven't worked really hard for it. So there is a sense of work here as well. That's really important. So let's dive into some of the themes here. And obviously this Saturn is coming to meet Neptune as well, which is another important particular of this transit as well, which I'm not going to be discussing today because I haven't got much time today. So let's just talk about Saturn and Aries. So first, there's going to be a lot of karmic lessons around impulsiveness, anger, aggression, things that we just do to just jump into. Well, those things are going to be reviewed, and we're going to have to take a real hard look at them and work with them as well. So how constructive, because I think Saturn as a constructive energy is about building something lasting. It's not about going with every whim of impulsiveness and, going and shifting and moving. This is going to be challenged. So if you tend to jump from one project to another and you just want to act and react really impulsively, that's going to be challenged. Another thing that the Saturn and Aries will bring is harnessing the fire. So Aries is a sign that's very much connected to uh, excitement and the desire to do things, the enthusiasm to initiate things. So I think Saturn traveling through that sign can really give us a sense of an opportunity, a chance to harness that fire, to work with that excitement, to have that desire to do something, but to stay with it, not just the first impulse and whim, but to stay with that fire. Another potential topic here for Saturn in Aries is building a stronger sense of self. Aries is about me, myself, my identity, what I want, what I don't want. So Saturn traveling Aries can give us a lot of food for thought around that. It will bring opportunities as well for courage with endurance. It's not just about being courageous and jumping head first and then moving on. I think it goes a little bit with the harnessing the fire. It is about being courageous and jumping, but also having some endurance, developing some endurance with that jump, with that courage. So long-lasting courage rather than just bursts of courage out of impulsiveness. Our fight style and our assertion will probably be under a maturing process as well here. How do we fight? What do we get angry about? How we get angry, how we assert ourselves, all of that can be under scrutiny with Saturn and Aries, and asking for us to mature that principle within us. Boundaries, yes, but still with kindness, bringing the lessons from Saturn and Pisces. So a lot of the idea of pioneering with sustainability. So pioneering on things that we can sustain, and the challenge is to sustain those initiatives, those things that we're gonna begin, that we're gonna initiate. And obviously, Saturn will always be talking about karmic lessons, things that we need to learn that go way beyond our, this life and the smallness of everyday life, etc. There's a real sense of karma and big lessons as well involved in it. So here the karma and the big lessons will be connected to ego, right? My relationship to my ego, am I overly attached, overly identified to my ego? Is my ego underdeveloped and I tend to just go with everyone and, merge and go with the flow too much? All of that is going to be under the spotlight during this Saturn transit to Aries. Now, I want to talk about Saturn in Aries with a lot more time and a lot more depth. I mean, if you've seen some of my older videos about planetary shifts, you've seen me do that before. But that's not going to be today because it's Sunday and I got a lot of other things to do, including visiting my mother. Anyhow, for the week, let's just go around a little bit quickly. We definitely have Mercury shifting to Gemini. This is going to happen between Sunday and Monday. Look, boom, Mercury in Gemini. And then we will have the new moon in Gemini. So let me put the exact moment for this new moon. And kind of here it is. Yeah, here it is. Sun and moon in Gemini, 6 degrees, and Mercury here in Gemini as well. This is going to happen in Brazil in the early hours of Tuesday, 27th, which is probably Wednesday already for New Zealand. It's still Monday for the US, so it really depends where you are in the world. But this new moon is a very upbeat one and light-hearted. It's got a lot more extroverted energy. Most of the planets are in fire and air as well. So we got Mars in Leo, Venus in Aries, Mercury in Gemini, etc. So there's a lot that we can set intentions for with this new moon, connected to learning, connected with expression, connected with writing, with, being ourselves and doing all of that stuff. That's kind of out there in the world, having fun as well with it, communication, writing, etc. That's kind of what's really under the spotlight here with this new moon. So if there's a course you've been wanting to do, something that you've been wanting to dedicate yourself, like regarding, writing a blog, writing articles, this is a wonderful time to set intentions, to go for it, to do it with that big stellium, and the big stellium kind of entwined to Pluto as well. So there's a real supportive energy in a sextile to Neptune and Saturn. So there's a real sense of moving ahead a little bit with this new moon, picking up the pace, doing things a little bit faster, having a little bit more fun as well, for this lunar cycle. And yes, that's pretty much it. By Friday, which is when I come back, the moon is in Cancer and the energy will have shifted a little bit more. But obviously, as usual, we will talk about that then. So that's it for today. I have to go. I just wanted to quickly come here, say hello, acknowledge Saturn and Aries. Um, See how you guys are doing as well. If you want to write in the comments, tell me if you have anything in Aries or any of the cardinal signs. What are you looking forward about the Saturn and Aries transit, and what you're scared about that transit if you are. And I'll be back this week with more videos for you, hopefully more videos than just the Friday one. Let's see if I can manage. So that's it. Take care. Mwah. Big kiss. And I will see you all this week. So take care now. Bye bye.